Hello everyone, welcome back to Spooky Season
Spooky season?
Spooky Sessions. This is
Spooky sessions or spook sessions?
Spook Sessions.
You said
No.
spooky sessions.
Wait. No, it's Spooky Sessions. It is Spooky Sessions.
Yeah, spook season is what I'm getting mixed up with.
This is the 8th episode and we're doing something new. Hopefully not new. Hopefully we do more of these, but we're gonna do a review on I can't escape it. We're gonna do a review on The Invisible Man. This is a movie that came out in 2020, right? Oh, it came out. Yeah, I think it came out earlier in 2020. Yeah, we're gonna do a review of it. We just watched it. I watched it twice, and you watched it twice.
I watched it first.
It came out
2020.
month.
It's probably around January. It was supposed to come out I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out December or something, but then it got pushed back. Did it ever go into theaters? I don't think it ever went to theaters.
I thought I saw a trailer, but it's based off of a novel by H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells?
Yeah.
Wait, who did that?
And then they remade it. The old one. I don't know when that was. I'll look it up.
Wait, what did H.G. Wells make? He made something else.
The Invisible Man.
Except
no, yeah, he definitely wrote something else, but it's directed by
91% on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't much.
That's really good.
But think about it. If you don't know, 91% doesn't mean 9.1 out of 10. It means 91% of the reviewers liked it. That's what I heard.
It's directed by Leigh Whannell, produced by Jason Blum with Blumhouse, which is amazing. Has Elizabeth Moss, Aldous Hodge, I guess that's how you say it, Storm Reid, Harriet Dyer, Michael Dorman, Oliver Jackson. And then the music was by Benjamin Wallfish, which I don't know who that is. But basically, we're just going to talk about it. We're going to give ratings for pretty much every
he did
category.
War of the Worlds.
The director?
H.G. Wells. No.
Oh, yes.
The book. It was back in freaking 1900.
So yeah, this is definitely the best horror movie that I've seen. Or I guess it could.
These are good. They're chewy.
I guess it could be. I mean, it is a horror movie. It's more a horror movie than even a Halloween. There's a lot of shots in the trailer that aren't in the movie.
Yeah, the freaking handprint.
Yeah, and then the phone that was taking pictures and then it drops. That was in the trailer. That's on it, and
I wonder if they're deleted.
Yeah. But I remember watching the trailer. I was like, that looks good, but I'm scared how the production is. Oh my gosh, there's The Invisible Man is a true story.
What?
No, it just says.
I think it is.
1897 novel by H.G. Wells. Invisible Man, 1933. Wow. That's old. I kind of want to watch that.
When the movie came out?
The old one, yeah. But I guess we could start with the categories that will lead into more conversation.
Well, first, this one, for anybody who doesn't know, it's not as much as a reboot. It's kind of I don't know what's the exact term for it, but it redoes the story, but in a different way to
reimagined.
It's reimagined to nowadays problems. It's less of a horror and more of a thriller.
Yeah,
sci-fi. Not really even sci-fi, because there's really nothing paranormal about it. It's just that what the person does when he's invisible looks like it's an actual ghost.
If you don't want spoilers, you might not want to listen. I'll tell you where or
We
I will
definitely put.
tell you whenever we're about to do
I
spoilers.
think
But
we already did spoilers.
what did
I
what did
already just
what
talked
did?
about how somebody was. Anyway, yeah, definitely put a spoiler warning on
Hey,
the
well, the
title.
spoilers if you don't know already. Um, but yeah, let's do first. Acting. I put 9 out of 10 because obviously the main character or the actor, I think his name is Elizabeth, but in the movie her name is Cecilia. I say she's definitely one of the best actors I've ever seen. I don't know why, but in this I think she does it so well that you like, even you, and you know how, you know what happened and you saw it happen, even you're like, she's kind of crazy. I mean, like, are you sure this actually happened?
She was kind of like that in Us after she got like turned.
Yeah, she was good
Or
in
no,
this.
wait, she didn't get turned. The other,
There's
the
doubles.
tether.
Yeah, I always thought that. I keep forgetting that it's not like cloning.
Yeah, her
It is.
tether was kind of the same. She was
Yeah.
really crazy. I
Um,
put
and then the guy from Hunting of Hill House. Um, spoilers. Even though he's not in it for much of the time, or he doesn't have any much on screen.
actually he has the most on screen of anybody in this
that's
film.
that's true. Um,
Our
but
brain just can't comprehend.
at the end, and then at the start when he's sleeping and punching a window, um, he was definitely like the second best actor. The guy, the cop was okay. I would say the worst actor is probably one of the
Cops, they're like,
yeah, one of the cops that was like, lay down, lay down. I'm gonna look slowly. Okay, lay down. He,
well, I mean, their supporting character actors are not gonna be like chosen
mm,
because of their talent. I put 8 out of 10. Mostly for her too because she's so good at like portraying like insanity, and it's weird because actually she was literally right all along, but she really does, the way that she acts, she really does look like she's a crazy person you would see and just go, "Oh, well, good luck to them, you know." But yeah, the Luke from Haunting of Hill House, that's the only thing I know him from. I couldn't not think of him as a Luke because he acted the same. He kind of had the same style of acting as in Hill House, and at the end, I'm not gonna put it in the spoiler just yet, but at the end, he really showed how manipulative he can be. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, everyone else was okay, but they too were like the dynamic duo.
Yeah, oh, I forgot
The
the like
sister.
sister is pretty good too. Like she for the while that she's in it. Spoilers.
Oh,
But I will say that one scene, um, at the dinner table or at
I
the
never
show.
dropped my mouth
Yeah,
so.
my mouth was open for like that whole scene until she was like
Let's
in the
let's
hospital.
not talk about that till like the scare factor,
Okay.
because there's a lot of that.
All right. We got next is cinematography, and what do you give out of 10?
Oh man, I'm pretty sure I did. Hold on, I'm pretty sure I did 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Um, the cinematography is just kind of average. When you look at it from a broad perspective, it's average. But when you look in depth, um, they do have really cool sequences that are one shot. It's jump cut at some points, but it's really well shot, like one shot scenes. But the best part about it, and what I noticed even from the first time I watched it, the first shot that it happened, was that it just randomly shows corridors and kind of backs away from a corridor, would like turn and go
Mm-hmm.
into a room and then turn into the main character, and then the scene starts, and
Yeah.
without any explanation you're like, oh, okay, somebody just walked in there. And that's what's so creepy, is that there's no music, and it's just like you just hear little and like
Yeah.
little footsteps, and you're like, you can basically envision that there's something there, but you
Mm-hmm.
can't. You don't really know what it looks like yet. So that's why I love the cinematography.
Yeah, I said 10 out of 10 for cinematography, which is, I mean, pretty hard to
That's
do that. Um, I'd say that because of that, like the suggestive cinematography where it's like, oh, there's somebody there, but you can't see them, haha. And then that fight sequence, even though it's just kind of following them around. I mean, we
oh
could
that
talk about
oh
that in special effects.
yeah oh
Um,
that
but
was such a good fight sequence.
there was like one shot where it was before it. I think it was before she goes up in the attic, and it's like I think it's on this motor or like a track around the top corners of the living room, and it kind of goes,
Oh yeah,
and she's
it's
like
like a
looking
fan.
around. It's I don't know what about that shot. It kind of looks
That's
derpy from afar, but then you're like, wow, that's actually a cool shot.
that's after she comes down from the ladder. She
Yeah.
jumps off.
Um. Yeah, cinematography is great, and then like whenever she was like on the ground, and then it was like kind of panning up while twisting. Ooh, and then the
There's
fight sequence in the hospital, the invisible guy like attacking, and it would like turn and twist and then go really quickly and stop, and then it'll be and then turn and pull back and look. It was so
the
cool.
cutout.
Um, hopefully not.
It would go and no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying it would
Oh,
like the cameras would cut out and you would just see the whole suit and then it would go back and then I really liked whenever it cut out. He was right in front of this cop. It cut out and he was like she was the cop was talking to her like lay down um and he like appeared for a split second behind him and then she was like look behind you and he looked behind and then it disappeared. It was such a weird shot because he was right in front of them before, disappeared and then he's like literally right in front of them.
mhm,
That's the coolest thing. They did have jump scares but they were good jump scares. They didn't use cheap scares to feel on edge. It was like a constant like oh no.
mhm. Um, yeah. So, here, let me just look up the plot for anybody that doesn't know the plot. Um, it follows a woman who believes she's being stalked by her abusive and wealthy boyfriend after his apparent suicide, and ultimately deduces they has acquired ability to become invisible.
It's the best way to put it.
Have
That's
you
so
ever heard of
poetic.
that? No, you haven't. You haven't seen that, have you? um. All right. Well, let's go to special
You haven't
effects.
seen anything like that.
Um. Let's go to
Oh, I
special effects.
see.
There's only really one special effect that they really need to use in this, which is why I kind of gave it a little bit
Well,
lower of score.
this is weird because when you think about special effects, are we talking about
Anything
practical effects too?
it, but I mean, the Invisible
There
Man
was
couldn't have been have done with practical.
no. What I'm talking about is like the choreography with him with the
Yeah,
fight sequences because
I mean
that
that could
was
count.
practical.
So, yeah, that's special. It doesn't have to be graphics.
Yeah, that's why I put it at 7. Normally, this special effects they were below movies nowadays. That like it was pretty. The way that it moved was like, oh, yeah, that's not very realistic. But when it comes to like practical effects, this. That's why I put it a little higher, is because
Hmm.
the fight sequence between Cecilia and the Invisible Man
I don't
was
know.
so.
I want to look up how did they do. I think there's just a dude in a
It's got to
green
be a
suit.
green screen guy.
Yeah, but
Well, if
like,
not, like the choreography is amazing,
how do they do that? Where it's like they see what's on the other side.
and they break the plates over. She breaks the plates over, um,
Yeah.
his head, and it's so weird. I don't know how
I wish
exactly they did
they
it.
would have showed or like at least talked about how he faked his death. Like they're like, oh, he
Well,
just didn't, you know.
yeah, that's what everyone's saying. That it's like it's not really a plot hole, but it's kind of a little mistake that it was. It's pretty obvious they just took some pictures of like fake blood and stuff. But like, how do they get a whole like the whole city is like this wealthy man died, and then like there's an ash There's a urn full of ashes, and like, how does that happen?
I looked up behind the scenes, and the first thing image that popped up is just a dude in a green suit.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're in the living room, and she has like a harness on and stuff. Here, I'll send it to
Oh
you.
yeah, she gets thrown across the whole. That's the one
And
thing I was like, what?
yeah,
How
that's what
does
this thing is.
she gets literally thrown by just a man just across the room?
Yeah, I also put it 7 out of 10 because it's so
Yep.
like it exceeds the expectations. I mean, there's not if you the paint thing was really well done, like how like it kind of
That was such a good scare.
revealed. But I mean,
I
trailer
love
kind of spoiled it.
I love the scares in this. Like I normally get so mad at like uh Insidious and Conjuring jump scares because they're just kind of like, well, I don't want to spend the whole movie covering my ears. But with this one, they were actually good scares, and the freaking under the car one, that one made me jump so hard because I was not
Yeah,
expecting a jump scare that soon.
there's
That
only two of them. Like really,
uh
the paint, and then he appears under the trunk.
yeah.
I can't think
Well,
of any other.
there's not the only other like jump scares was like the knife and like whenever they would just get attacked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely 7 out of 10. For music, I said 8 out of 10.
Oh, I
Not
did.
because of the memorable. Like I can't sing the tune if I knew it right now. Mostly like. But I remember whenever something's happening, I think they have tubas, like
Oh yeah, it's
bass
some fake bass.
violins. Yeah, bass violin or whatever those big violins are. You know those things like.
Bass.
Is that what it is? A bass violin?
Uh,
Cello.
cello
Yeah, like
probably.
cellos, and it's like, and then they're like distorted. And it's like,
Well,
and
yeah,
that's
if you watch this movie, I totally recommend watching it with bass headphones because it's so much different experience. Because the first time I watched it was with like headphones that have really good bass, and that was such a different experience than just watching it on like a TV with like just speak with no bass and just treble. I was like, wait, why are the jump scares not as like impactful? Because you actually feel the
oh, I want to do
when-
that.
whenever did you not watch it with earphones?
I had one earphone in.
Oh, you gotta listen to the music with both. But yeah, I said 10 out of 10 for the music because this is probably one of the
10.
yeah, this is the one of the best scores I've heard since Endgame or
No, you did not just say that. You did not just say this has a
I
better
didn't say
score
it's
than Endgame.
no, I said this is one of the best since I've heard. I didn't say it was better. I
Okay, I
said
was about to
it's
say.
as good. It's close to being as good. It's because it's not like I don't know, like weird conjuring like it was like actual
The
like
Crooked Man.
yeah, the violins and the bass really it's way more impactful like the last scene where she's like on the top of the house it's like oh, wow, I'm going to cut out, aren't I?
Yeah, you really did.
Um but yeah,
S-
it works so well, especially with the action scares and stuff.
Scare factor. I got 6 out of 10.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think I had 5. Yeah, I had 5 out of 10.
There wasn't a part where I was like,
It
because like there was so many parts where you just grab a knife and you go just swing in every part of the house and you're bound to hit him. Like when the dude was like in the corner, just go and just slam into that corner and you're bound to hit him. Like or just if you know he's there, just swing in the air and like punch him. There's so many times where I could have done that, but you're like, he's over there. He can hear us. But really no part, unlike Insidious or Conjuring or it. There was no part I was like, oh, that's terrifying.
it's definitely had its jaw when it comes to like it's weird. Scare can be different things. Like in terms of like, oh, that is scary. I have to look away. No, I don't think there was like any part of that where it's like, oh, um that's like very frightening. It was mostly either disturbing or just like cool because it was just knife
There were so many slit
kills.
throats.
There's only two.
Have you seen freaking Sweeney Todd?
Yeah, no, that's literally every scene is just
If,
death.
if nobody's ever seen Sweeney Todd, I'm not gonna spoil it. It's a great movie, but there's a lot of slit throats. And
I've
after
watched.
I was so accustomed to watching that. Whenever this happened, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that's terrifying, but I've seen that before.
yeah, I've watched freaking Walking Dead. I'm numb to any
And
blood,
Halloween,
like, unless
it's.
it's Evil Dead or something, because if it has to deal with bones, yeah, no.
I wish they could have done that better because every time, whenever they do one of those, you can just see the makeup and like
Yeah,
rubber. It's kind of
dude,
annoying. It's like,
the
ee.
Adrian's neck, you can already tell
Yeah,
before the scene starts. You're like, okay, they added something on there so it
yeah.
doesn't change, and it's very. It's like, wow, he is that bulky on the neck. But
The
but
best
yeah.
scene was that where they're like talking. She's like, I I know I have something. It's a suit that makes him visible, and she like her eyes direct beside her, and she's like, and then it's just a half a second scene of the knife floating right next to her, and then gets put in her hand, which she should have just like thrown it away as soon as possible, because nobody even notices
Well, she
until.
definitely wasn't in the right state of mind at that point. Whenever she just saw someone get like killed.
It reminded me of Umbrella Academy.
Wait, why does that remind me? But what happens in that?
The first season,
What happens?
Vanya and
Oh yeah, yeah. That definitely reminded
see, how did she not die from that? But
me.
everybody in this movie did.
I don't know, but yeah, that scene that was one of the biggest shock. This was way more shocking. It wasn't shock value, but it was like shock um moments where you're just like, oh, there's so many
Yeah.
twists, which is why I love it because you always think you're in the third act, and then it's like, actually
See,
no.
they tried to like scare us with the like. Even I thought, whenever he like at the last part, I thought it
Oh
was
no,
another guy the whole time. There was so
I
many.
knew it wasn't because I remember seeing her take that suit back in like the
Yeah.
second act, taking it back to the um taking back the closet, and I was like, once she got in there and she was sitting down, I was like, oh, okay, so she's gonna. Once she said like, I'm gonna go wash up, I was like, oh, she's gonna
Yeah.
go get the suit, go kill him, and then go back. And once he did that, I was like, yeah, get him,
I
get him.
remember at the start, I didn't have. I don't know how other people figured out, but I didn't have much. I didn't watch the trailer in a long time, and I didn't have much understanding of what the movie was about, except there's an invisible man, and it literally starts with her waking up. The dude's like drugged to sleep, and she like goes and gets like a bag from like this like vault kind of thing, and then
It's like a
runs away.
secret. It's a secret compartment.
And I thought she was stealing, like she had mm, like like met with him and like spent the night and then drugged him so that she could take the money. And I thought she was like, she didn't tell that to anyone,
That totally
and so
puts
she
off.
was lying about the abuse and stuff. And I thought that until like she started getting attacked, and I was like, okay, well, this doesn't
Bruh,
make any sense. I literally.
bruh, that ruins the whole
It
experience.
does. It really does. I was so confused. It would have been a cool thing though, like at the end where she's like, I got your money, didn't I? Ha 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 ha. Oh
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that would
you
be
should.
not as satisfying. This is one of these. I'm just gonna say this is one of the most satisfying horror movie endings.
You should watch Sweeney Todd.
We should watch Would You Rather. Oh my goodness, that movie was awful. I
You
mean, no,
watched that?
Would You Rather? Yeah, it's an okay movie. Like I
The
like bad
ending?
movies. But the ending is so. It's like they ran out of money at the end and had to put it in a frame of 2 minutes to explain what happens, and they decided to go a bad ending.
Is that one wherever everybody that's doing it, they have this like creepy smile where they're like,
No, that's
he.
Truth or Dare.
Oh, that's one. Yeah, that's one.
Would you rather is basically like, um, it's kind of like a Clue,
Oh,
but like they would you rather actual big coincidence
yeah,
of acting.
everybody. Yeah, I remember. Now I remember that. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be one of like a new Halloween movie to
I,
watch.
c- I was excited to watch it again even because I loved it so
Yeah, I
much.
know. I was like, I'm not like mad to watch this again. So definitely recommend it. Um, probably throughout. How tomorrow's literally October 1st.
Wait, we
Um,
haven't even done overall.
oh, we didn't. Yeah. We'll do that at the end. Yeah, tomorrow's October 1st, so we have 4 more weeks. Well, this is actually going up on Monday, so it's gonna be like the 5th or something. We have still about 4 more weeks. And so we'll choose like the
Well,
best new movie that we've watched every day in October, and then we'll review that if you want to hear
when
more
would that
reviews.
be? When would be the next?
Like the
That would
12th.
be the no, the next actual whenever we film this. I mean, whenever we do this podcast, that would be the 7th.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Oh, what would that be? Hold on. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
All right. Say it at the same time the overall of the movie out of
Hold
10.
on. Wait.
You don't even
Okay.
know yours.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9 out of
8.
10. Okay.
9 out of 10. Okay.
About the same.
Okay.
Um,
Not really.
I mean, I already explained all the things that I like about it. I don't. It's just fun to watch. I think the only flaws is some scenes go on for too long, and I think they
Yeah.
patched together some scenes that could be cut apart. Or
I don't think it's a movie that you can watch over and over. I think because the first time I watched it, it went by so fast, but this time I was
yeah,
like, holy crap, how long is this scene?
I was
Because you're,
looking. I was thinking, wait, what? How many scenes are left? Like what?
yeah, whenever the first time you're watching it, you don't know what's happening, so you're kind of experiencing it with her or with the main character. So it's more fast. It's quick to the point. But once you know everything that's going to happen, you're kind of waiting for it to happen, and everything's just slower. But this one, I think this one's a once a year thing, and it's something to take more seriously than freaking like Friday the 13th. This is
Chucky.
more like Hereditary. This one, um, there aren't really that many serious, but like ones that are actually like this is um more realistic and more um down to earth type of scary
Yeah.
movie instead of like freaking Freddy Krueger.
Oh
I
my
mean, who knows?
gosh.
He might be a real.
I've only seen like one clip of Freddy Krueger, and it's just literally him slicing off one of his fingers and like
Oh,
green blood flowing out.
yeah. He's just. Oh, I watched Freddy vs. Jason. He's just so annoying. He's funny, but just so annoying. He just like haunts everybody.
Alright, Vibrant Chimeric on YouTube if you want to do comments or suggestions, or if you want to say your review. Tomorrow's October. Let's go. Alright, thanks
Wait,
for
really?
watching.
This is the 30th. Yeah, tomorrow is October 1st. Wait, so
Thank-
tomorrow is Scary Stories Untold in the Dark.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you in the next podcast. That was cringy.
Crocodile